Start today by going over Friday's homework. So make sure we're on that right now. We just did number 1. We got -1/7. What's the vote for number 2?
It's -4 -6.
That's fine. We should get the same answer.
Divided by 1 -2. Equals 10.
We should be getting 10. Number 3. What did you get for number 3?
-3.
I have a vote for 14/10 and -3. That's a big difference. So I have -3 minus 11 in the top. Divided by 14 minus 4.
Yeah.
That would be -14/10.
Yeah.
But how does that simplify? How would I keep going? -7/5. -7/5. Very good. Number 4.
-12 minus parentheses -6.
Yep. Good job for the parentheses.
Divided by -10 minus 2.
Good. -12 plus 6 becomes a -6 divided by -12. That simplifies to 1/2. Good. 5. What did you subtract in the top?
3 minus 3.
3 minus 3 in the top.
-2. -7 minus 2.
I heard -2 first. That's fine. So -2 minus a -7. 3 minus 3?
0.
Divide by?
-9.
What is 0 divided by 5?
0.
So this does come out to be 0. How about number 6?
Wait, miss, I got.
I'm listening.
Oh, wait. I did -7. And, I thought. Never mind. I put the negative inside for -2.
Can we divide by 0?
No.
No. Undefined. Yes.
For number 6, how come I had put 2 plus 8? Because there's no negative.
But it's 2 minus 8, right? y2 minus y1. Subtraction is in the slope equation.
Oh, yeah.
Let's tell which line is steeper. So let's calculate the slope of line 1. Let me see. 4 divided by 0. 4 minus 0 divided by 3 minus -5. I got 1/2 for the first line. Who got 1/2?
I did. Pretty sure.
All right. And then line 2. 6 minus 4 divided by 1 minus 0. That's 2 divided by 1 is 2. Which line is steeper?
Line 2.
Good job. Line 2 is definitely steeper. Does positive or negative matter?
No.
No, it does not. Remember, we discovered on Thursday that positive or negative just tells me increasing or decreasing. It has no effect on steepness. Just look at the number. So the number 2 is bigger than 1/2. If 2 is negative, it still would be steeper. Very good. Determine the slope of a line. So here, I don't have any defined points. We got to find some nice ones. Can you give me the ordered pairs of some nice points here? I need nice points. 1, 1. Nope, that's not an ordered pair on the line. Try again.
1, 3.
1, 3. That is not on the line. Try again.
Oh, 1, 2. Sorry.
1, 2 is not on the line.
1, 1.
2, 1. That's on the line.
And then you got. Oh. And then you got 4, 3.
4, 3. Okay. Now, there are multiple points you could have chosen. When I say nice point, I mean that it crosses nicely. Like, I wouldn't put an ordered pair right here. I'm looking for an ordered pair that crosses exact. How do we count slope again?
By vertical change of horizontal.
So do you want to start at this point or this point? Top? Richie, how do I count for this? We're starting at this point. How do I count? Where am I going to go?
Right. Up.
Up. How many? Up 2. So if it helps, you can actually keep track of the arrows. Up 2. Right 2. So up 2 and then right 2. What does up 2 mean? And 2 divided by 2? 1. Yes.
Why do we put the points
It helps us keep track. Like, I need to be able to count from one point to the next. Right, so I could have counted from down here, and it still would have simplified to be 1. Yes. Are we labeling them, or you just want us to do the math? I don't need the labels, just do the math. Yes.
1 over 1 could still equal 1.
It does. But we want to simplify as far as possible, so 1 is the final answer. Very good. Number 9, I need some nice points. 0, negative 3 is not on the line.
Oh, negative 3, 0.
Negative 3 comma 0, okay.
And then 0, negative 1.
All right. Which point do you want to start counting from? This one or this one? This one? So if I start from the right point, how do I count? Up how many?
1.
Up 1. Left 3. Up 1 is positive or negative?
Positive. Wait, Miss, how do you know from what point to start?
You can choose. So we could have chosen to count from here or here. We should get the same answer. On Thursday, we proved to ourselves we can count from either point, and we'll get the same answer. And then left 3 would be positive or negative? Negative. So my answer is negative 1/3. Does it make sense that I got a negative result?
Well, it's because you went from right to left. So no, because it's a decreasing slope.
Yes, it's a decreasing line, so I should get a negative answer. Similarly, why does it make sense that this one is positive? It's an increasing line. So look, if I have an increasing line and I get a negative slope, what should that tell me? You did something wrong. Or here, if I got a decreasing line but I get a positive result, something is wrong. How about number 10? Undefined. Okay, 11 and 12. Let's recall from Thursday. Before we do anything, we have to double check that it's increasing by a constant amount. So this is all about cell phone plans and minutes and the cost. What's X, what's Y?
X is 500.
X is minutes, cost is Y. How is this increasing? Plus 500. And if I check, is this plus 500? Okay. Yeah, I think so. Plus 500, plus 500. How do I get from 38 to 50? And if I add 12 all the way through, does it keep going? All right, so that means that I can choose any ordered pairs I want from the table. What ordered pairs do you want to choose? This first one? Okay. Give me another one. The 3086? Okay. So I recommend don't pull from the table. Let's actually write the ordered pairs. So X comma Y would be what? 1000 comma 38. All right, if we didn't have a chance to try this over the weekend, try it right now, please. Calculate the slope. If you need to borrow a calculator, I have 2 up here. 1 up here. Let's get those calculators working if you didn't try it yet.
Wait a minute.
Yes. We're going to subtract Y values. I'm writing something bad. Here we go. So I have 38 minus 86 in the numerator. 1000. Okay. What is 38 minus 86? Negative 48 divided by negative 2000. What decimal did you get for that? Nope. Try again. It's 48 divided by 2000. So fix it. But the answer is going to be drastically different. I need 48 divided by 2000. Calculators, where are they? Let's go. Get those calculators working. 0.24? I need someone else to agree or disagree with that. So let's go. I need 48 divided by 2000. So on these, when I do 48 divided by 2000, it's going to give me a fraction, but I want a decimal. So hit the SD button. Nope, try again.
It's 3 over 1.6. Wait,
0.024.
How?
Check. All I did was use the calculator. What's the label on this? Well, let's check. What was subtracted in the top, X or Y?
X. Y.
Let me try that again. What do we subtract in the numerator? X values or Y values?
Y.
Y values. What's the label on the Y values? What is Y all about? Cost. So cents per, and then what did you subtract in the denominator? What values? Minutes. So that's cents per minute.
I thought we were dividing.
I did divide.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, because look.
Now, how many cents would that actually be? Careful. Nope. 0.24 is 24 cents. So 2 cents per minute is the real world answer.
Wait, how do you get that? Can you help me?
I will, yep. Everybody start working on 12. X is minutes, Y is degrees. Check. Did anybody figure out how to work with this interval here?
No.
It's telling me which ordered pairs I should use. Take a big guess. What ordered pairs is it telling me to use? Yep. So I would be using 4, 57.1 and 20, 71. Let's wrap this up. Finish that one fast. And a label. So I need a decimal, so I hit SD, and it gets me the decimal.
What's the decimal?
Subtract Y values in the top.
You hit SD.
Yes. So let's fix it. It was right above the orange button.
Oh. Oh.
Can someone tell me what they got for 57.1 minus 71?
Wait, how do you do that?
Negative 13.9 divided by negative 16. What does that equal as a decimal? 13.9 divided by 16. Let's take it to 3 decimal places, 0.867. And now let's talk labels. What label is in the top, X or Y? Y values, right? Because we subtract Y. So what, oh, careful, what's a negative divided by negative? So check your division. So what's my Y values being measured as? What's the real world meaning of Y? Degrees Fahrenheit, very good. So degrees Fahrenheit divided by, and then what was X all about? So that's my answer. Degrees per minute. So I just check what was Y. Y is Fahrenheit. What was X? X is minutes. That was a great discussion on the homework, but it definitely took a little bit longer than intended. So as soon as you get today's notes, please start working on the we do.
You go back up.
I'm just going to drop some on each just for time's sake. Let me have extras. Was that done before?
I did it before you started that thing.
All right. Richie. Any extras, I'll take them. So as a refresher from Thursday, to find the slope from a graph, notice I'm not asking, there should be extras in there, no? I'm not asking you to calculate from a graph, how do you get slope? It does involve counting. So let me start that off. Count. How are you going to count? How do you count slope? Very good. So we're going to, who remembers what this triangle means from last week? Yes. So change in Y divided by change in X, which is vertical change. Always vertical change in the numerator, divided by horizontal change. Yes. This triangle from Friday we learned means change. It's the math symbol for change. Now, just to make sure we're all on the same page, what do we mean by vertical? What directions are associated with vertical? Jeffrey? Up or?
Left. What?
Up or down. So this is up or down first. And then horizontal change? Left or right? Okay, so up or down first, then left or right. Think horizontal, horizon. Let's all sit up nice and tall, please. Backpacks down. Or on the chair next to you. Okay, let's work real quick. Yes. Let's work on the we do. I think Shamar wants to start at this point. That's what happens when you're not writing with me.
I'm writing with you.
You were not. You can't even say that with a straight face. Okay, so from here, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. That was, how do I describe what I just did? Up 4. And then where do I go? Left 2. Up 4. It's a little up arrow. So up 4 is positive or negative? Positive 4. Left 2. Negative 2. And I can simplify that to be what? Careful. Negative 2. Left is negative. So let's see. If I go from the other direction, if I start here, that's down 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we can get 2.
They're going to be the same though, right? Down 4, and then right 2. Down 4 is a negative 4. Right 2 is a positive 2. I still get negative 2. So that's a nice reminder from Friday, or Thursday, excuse me. It does not matter which point we count from, we should still get the same answer. I don't see any points on the graph for number 3. Can somebody point out some nice points? Give me some ordered pairs.
Negative 4.
1, negative 4. 1, 2, 3. Negative 4. I see no graph over here. Try again.
Wait, positive 3.
Positive 1, 2, 3. Up.
4.
So 3 comma 4 is 1. Can you find another one?
There's 1 on positive 2.
2. Negative 1. Very nice. Choose. Do you want to start counting from this point or this point? The left point or the right point? The bottom?
The bottom.
So how do I count?
Up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 5. And then where do I go? 1 which way? Right 1. So up 5 is positive or negative?
Positive.
Right 1? Positive. I get 5. If you would like to work on these two by yourself, this should come out to be negative 1. And then this one, we should get positive 7/4. But it would be negative 7 divided by a negative 4, still positive 7/4. All right, very good. This graph we're going to save for tomorrow. Let's get to our notes. Parallel and perpendicular lines. Now remember, just like Thursday where I include certain boxes for your own reference, that's what this box up top is all about. Let's jump down to here where it says lines are parallel if and lines are perpendicular if. What do you know about the slope of parallel lines? Think back to last year. Slope of parallel lines. Same slope. What's different though? Same slope but different. Let's think about that, right? For lines to be parallel, they have to have the same slope, but they have to have different what? Very good. Different y-intercepts.
What's that? What's that?
Oh yeah, we did the
An and sign.
What?
We did the problem.
And.
How do you?
Or just write the word and, however you choose to draw it. So let's look at an example. If I gave you, give me any fraction you want. Negative 7/3 I heard first. So for a line to be parallel to this one, what does the slope have to be? It has to be the exact same. Exact same. So negative 7/3 would be the parallel slope. Yes.
Yeah, but it would be like it would be negative 7/3 plus 3, and then it would be plus 4.
Right, something like that. Yes, very good. Yep. Okay, how about perpendicular? Who remembers perpendicular? On the right track. And not negative reciprocal.
Positive reciprocal.
So it's an O. Opposite. Opposite reciprocal. What does opposite mean? Different how? Like flip the what?
They're like flips. They're the same but flips.
So what is that called? Positive and negative in general is the starts with an S. Flip the sign. Reciprocal. Flip. Fraction. So let's see. If we started with negative 7/3 again, great fraction, let's use it. What would the reciprocal slope be? The perpendicular slope to this would be what? A positive 3/7. Flip the sign, so negative becomes positive, and then flip the fraction, 7/3 becomes 3/7. And we're going to practice. I'll leave this up as a reference. Let's practice. So notice how I use like M1, M2. We're going to use that to differentiate our two lines. So let's calculate the slope of line 1. What are we going to subtract up top? You should be pros at this. Tell me, how do I calculate this slope? 3 minus a negative 1 divided by, so we did 3 minus negative 1. What's going to be in the denominator? Negative 3 minus 3. What is 3 minus negative 1?
2.
Careful. 4. In the denominator? Negative 6. We're adding. How does that simplify?
2 over 3.
Negative 2/3. Very good. Let's calculate the slope of line 2. What are we going to subtract for line 2? Negative 3 minus 3 divided by, yep. What is negative 3 minus 3? And negative 2 minus 2? What is this? Careful.
Oh, no. 3 over 2.
3 divided by 2. Any error in sign or in your arithmetic, and it's all going to come out wrong, so be very careful with it. Are these perpendicular, parallel, or neither?
Neither.
No, they're perpendicular.
Why are they perpendicular? Tell me how you know. So I literally want you to have this as a checklist. Opposites, yes or no? Yes, check. Reciprocal?
Yes, check.
Check. If either of these were not true, it would be neither. Has to have both. Let's work on B together. M1, line 1. What's the slope of line 1? What do I calculate? What are you subtracting in the top? 1 minus 4 in the top divided by, careful, negative 3 minus 3. What does that equal up top? Yep. Good. And how about line 2? Calculate the slope of line 2. What are you going to subtract up top? Negative 3 minus 1. Negative 3 minus 1. The y value is up top. If I do negative 3 minus 1, what do I have to follow in the bottom? What order? Negative 4 minus 4. What is negative 3 minus 1? Negative 4 divided by negative 8. Ooh, what kind of lines are these? How do you know? Same slope. Check. So let's say I had, what are the two you want to try? Give me an example. What if I had this? Well, these are reciprocals, but are they opposites? No. So this would be an example of neither. You have reciprocal, right? 1/2 and 2 divided by 1. But if they're both positive, this would be neither. We have 3 more examples to wrap up. These are fast. As soon as we know what to look for, it's fast. Determine the slope of a line parallel to this one. Parallel lines, what do you know about the slope? Same. So a line parallel to this would have what slope? 3/4, and I'm done. That's it. Yeah. How about perpendicular to this line?
5x.
So our starting slope is 5. I hear reciprocal, that's good, but that's only part of it. -1/5.
Why did I put -1?
Opposite reciprocal. So it's positive, so the reciprocal has to be negative. So if it helps, you can write the slope you start with off to the side. Determine if these lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. How do you know? Let's do our little checklist. Are they opposites? Opposites. Check. What's the other piece? Do I have reciprocal? Check. So neither, for example, if I had 3/4 and y equals -3/4, I have opposites, but do I have reciprocal? No. So this would be neither. You have to have both. Yes? Okay. So for the half of you that struggled with getting the homework done, your turn will be a make-up homework assignment for the one you did not do. The assigned homework for tonight is the 3rd page, both sides. You can skip the extra practice, right? This is just extra if somebody needed extra. This is tonight's homework. Both sides. Put it in giant letters. Both sides. Okay? People who do not do the homework I checked at the start of class, bring in the your turn section also done, and that will count as homework. Everyone else, we're working on your turn as practice. So go ahead and get to work on the your turn, and I'll be around to see if you have any questions. Nice job. Practice makes perfect. Let's do it.